make sure to have your blanket and cushions handy, because the last few weeks we've done a lot of continuous movement in this class. And then we had a Shavasana at the end. And tonight I really wanted us to focus on our breath. And so the movement is going to be much slower, much more like a kind of restorative yoga class. So tonight's class, more restorative focused class, not so much of vinyasa flowing. And we really focus on getting into our breath. So we're actually going to start lying on our belly. It's called Crocodile Pose. So come lying on your belly and make a little pillow with your hands. So one hand on top of the other, and then rest your forehead onto your hand. I'm going to keep my head lifted because I'll be echoey otherwise if I put my head down. And begin to have deep breaths here. And when we lie on our belly like this in Crocodile Pose, it's a wonderful way to have a direct, visceral, physical relationship with our breath. Because every time you inhale, you can feel your belly pushing against the floor. And as you exhale, you have a feedback directly from the floor as you sink a little bit on that exhale. And here I'd like you to draw your awareness. So as you inhale, follow your awareness all the way down to the base of your spine, pelvic floor area. And as you exhale the breath up the spine and out through your nose. So tonight we're going to really absorb ourselves into this pattern of breathing. Inhaling down to the base of the spine and exhaling up the spine, up through the central channel and coming out through the nose. Relax your shoulders. And really bring your awareness into your breath. When we really stay present with our breath, it has an incredible effect of creating coherence between the brain and the body, the mind and the body. And keeping our attention focused like this, especially going up and down through the central channel, has the effect of really building our pranic energy. And so we feel calmer, but it also has this wonderful rejuvenative effect to the body. When we're frazzled and fragmented, right, our mind is racing and we're thinking about all the things we need to do, it's exhausting, right? We can feel physically and mentally exhausted if we've had a frazzled day. And so, irrespective of what movements we make tonight, just the process of breathing down the spine as you inhale to the base and up the spine, out your nostrils on the exhale, has the effect of really building your internal reserves. And this helps us when we face challenges in our lives. It helps us to stay focused and grounded. And so here, really commit to being very present as we move, as we breathe tonight. This is your hour to build your pranic energy, right? To really rejuvenate, replenish your stores. We build our pranic energy in so many ways, right? Just being around loved ones, being in nature, eating healthy food, walking barefoot, going for a swim in the sea. All these things have this wonderful effect on our energy. We feel the benefit of them, right? I'm not going to go listing all the things that deplete our pranic energy, but unhealthy food, being around people who are negative, being in an environment that's depleting, like a shopping center with loads of noise. These things that have the effect of leaving us feeling drained. And so here we're definitely replenishing and building. So now very carefully, let's push back into child's pose, knees are wide. And arms reaching forward. And bring the breath again down the spine, but we notice the breath in the back body now. So your feedback is more, you can feel the kidney area expanding on the inhale, lower back, the back of the ribs. And exhaling back up the spine. Relax the head, relax the jaw. 2 more breaths just like that. One more. Making sure that your breath is full, deep breaths, right? Right down. And you're getting to the bottom of the lungs. Diaphragm descends, belly expands. And now let's come up onto all fours. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow. Inhaling arch. As you exhale, round. And follow that breath as you move. So tonight we're going to breathe consciously and add some movements to our breath practice. So have that sense as you move that you're breathing and the movement follows your breath. And the next time you go to exhale, tuck your toes and push back into a down dog. And remember, down dog, your knees can be bent, no problem. And stay here breathing, inhaling down the spine. And exhaling up the spine. Maybe even a little lift of the pelvic floor at the end of your exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. And now carefully walk your hands back to your feet. And fold forward. Hold on to your elbows. Relax the back of your neck. Relax your jaw. And breathing here. Inhaling through the nostrils down to the base of the spine. And as you exhale, that little lift of the pelvic floor and the breath goes all the way up the spine and out the nostrils. Let's take 3 more long, deep breaths here. And if at any stage the mind starts trying to think about things, just keep coming back to following your breath. Breath by breath, that's our practice, right? That's an advanced yoga practice where we focus on the breath. It's not about how many poses we do or what version, but can we be really present as we move? So now bring your hands to your shins as you inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen. Breath down to the tail. And as you exhale, fold. breath travels up. And now hands to your waist, push into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, close your eyes and just stand for a moment. As you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, bring them back down. Inhaling up, breath going down. As you exhale, arms go down, breath goes up. Inhaling up. And now hook your thumbs. And as you exhale, lean to one side. And now stay here. Inhale down the spine. And as you exhale, breath goes up the spine. Little lift of the pelvic floor. Maybe lean a little bit more. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And feel the length. So reach in your arms. So you're not really sinking into that side waist. You're lengthening the opposite one. Really nice. 2 more breaths. Very aware of the movement. And last one here. As you exhale, see, can you reach a tiny smidgen more? Push into your feet. Inhale up to center. Switch to cross your thumbs and exhale, go to the other side. Eyes can be closed if you're comfortable. Staying here, inhale down the spine. And as you exhale, a breath goes up the spine, lift the pelvic floor and lean a little more and lean a little longer in that side that's bending. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Little lift of the pelvic floor. Inhale, come all the way up. Release the arms. Exhale, fold forwards. And now I'd like you to hook onto your toes, so a little bend in your knees or a big bend, whatever works. Index and middle finger are between your big toe and second toe. And your thumb rests on the nail of your big toe. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Little lift of the pelvic floor helps you go a little bit deeper. And let's take 2 breaths here. Ever so slightly, draw the heels towards each other so they don't move. It's more like an isometric holding. And so this engages the legs so you're not collapsing into the baby toe side of the foot. And helps with that lift of the pelvic floor. Relax the back of the chest, the neck. 1 more breath here down to the base of the spine. And exhaling up. Hands to your shins. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. So maybe a bit more movement, but let's really maintain, so come to the top of your mat. really maintain that breath awareness. So down the spine as you inhale, up the spine as you exhale. So when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace your fingers as you exhale, lean to one side. Little lift of the pelvic floor. Inhale to center. And exhale, lean to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhaling, fold forwards. Hands to your shins. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, hands down and step your right foot back, right knee down. Place your hands on your left knee. And inhale here. And exhale here. And you can keep your hands on your knee. Remember, priority is the breath. Or you can reach your arms up and hook your thumbs. Inhale. And exhale. And so don't worry about all those little adjustments in the physical body, right? Let the breath infuse the pose. It's that lift of the pelvic floor. And as the diaphragm descends, it's giving a lovely massaging action to the internal organs. So those deep breaths. And you yourself then may find that you sink a little deeper, you draw the arms back, but that's not the priority, right? One more breath here. And as you exhale, hands down and step back into plank. So remember, knees can be down for plank. Take a full inhale. And elbows in, exhale all the way to the floor. Firm the legs, top of the feet pressing into the floor, elbows in, inhale into cobra. And now as you exhale, turn and look over one shoulder. Inhale back to center. And turn and look over the other shoulder. Inhale to center. And exhale all fours and back to the down dog. Full inhale, breath going down the spine. And a long exhale. One more just like that. Breath goes down the spine on the inhale. And exhale, lift the pelvic floor, follow the breath up. And now, left knee comes down and step your right foot forward. So start with your hands on your knee and take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up. You could also leave your hands on your knee, no problem. And exhale, breath goes up the spine. And stay and breathe. You might like to close your eyes. You might prefer to keep them open. Let's do 2 more deep breaths here. Stay present. Rejuvenative, replenishing energy, filling yourself up. Strengthening the mind with your focused presence. So take a deep inhale, reach. And then exhale, hands down. Left foot joins the right, standing at the top of your mat. Hands to your shins, inhale halfway. And as you exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. So now step your right foot wide on your mat and turn the toes of the right foot out. We come into triangle pose. So your arms are wide. Inhale, reach up. Right arm reaches. And then as you exhale, breath coming up the spine, right hand comes to your knee, your shin, your ankle, whatever works. And the left arm comes down up. I'd encourage you to look down. So we're not putting any strain on the neck. Mind that front knee. If your knee has a tendency to lock, have a tiny micro bend. And now notice your breath. So down the spine on the inhale. And lifting up on the exhale. So really have the sense of you have a breathing practice that you've applied a posture to. Really nice. Let's do one more breath here. No rush. Carefully inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, let's go to the side. Deep inhale, left arm rises. And then exhale, left arm extends out, the right hip goes back. And as if you're kind of between two planes of glass, the left hand comes down, either to the shin, the knee. If you need to rest on your thigh, that's also fine. But whatever works, and the right arm reaches up. And for tonight, I'd like you to look down so you're not putting any strain on your neck at all. And now come back into your breath. Breath all the way to the base of the spine on the inhale. And all the way up. Little lift of the pelvic floor on the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more breath here. And exhale. And now inhale, come all the way up. Really nice. Exhale, parallel your feet. Just put your hands down for a moment. Close your eyes. Full inhale down your spine. And exhale back up. Can you notice already the shift and how you feel after just 25 minutes or so of conscious breath? Very nice. So let's bring our hands and interlace them behind our back. If at any stage that's too much, you can always leave your hands on your waist, right? If it feels like too much, take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forwards. And now, reach the arms up. Try not to lock the knees and come back into a smooth breath. Not pushing, Focus on your breath. And notice how the breath feels maybe different as we go into different postures. So going to the sides, folding forwards, standing upright. So really tuning in and noticing. Relax your jaw. And notice how the posture feels when your focus is on the breath. And now very carefully, with a little bend in your knees or firm your thighs, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release your hands. Just stand for a moment. Full deep inhale. Long exhale. Very nice. So let's come back to the top of our mat. When you're ready, inhale, reach up, look up. Breath goes down the spine. Interlace your fingers and lean to one side as you exhale. Breath going up your spine. Inhale to center. And exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. And exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, step back to all fours. So we're going to come into Pigeon Pose. So I'll show you the forward facing pigeon. And if it feels like too much, you can also do pigeon on your back. So the front facing one, bring your right knee to your right wrist. And then walk your left hip, leg back. Now, actually have your cushions and pillows ready now because we'll be using them from now on in the class. And so, first version, the right knee is at the right wrist, left leg is back. And here it can be really nice to pop a cushion under that right hip, or it's really nice under the left thigh to support. Right, and then we're going to stay upright for a few breaths. Keep drawing the right hip back and the left frontal hip forward so your hips are even. You're not sitting over to the side. But if it feels uncomfortable being upright, then you absolutely can sit over to the side, or you can do it on your back. I'll just show you, stay there if that's a comfortable position. Thread the ives needle is pigeon on your back, so right foot rests on your left thigh, and then maybe hold the back of the leg and breathe. So either version, breathing here. Down the spine as you inhale. And up the spine as you exhale. Relax the jaw. One more deep breath here. And exhale. And let's come into a reclined version. So here again, it can be nice to have a cushion so you don't have to go all the way to the floor. Or you can rest your head on your hands or your head on the floor, whatever works. And take your deep breaths here, inhaling down the spine. And exhaling up. And again, notice here in this different posture how the breath feels. Maybe you notice the breath in different places because of the different posture. So how does the posture affect your breath? And one more breath here. And now very carefully, let's come into down dog just to stretch out that right hip. Take your time and take 2 deep breaths here. So breathing down the spine on the inhale and up on the exhale. Down the spine on the inhale to the base. And that little lift of the pelvic floor on the exhale. And then come back to all fours or come onto your back, whichever version you're going to take. And the left knee comes to the left wrist, or your left foot rests on your right thigh if you're lying on your back. Yeah, so left knee to left wrist, and you can prop yourself up, or the left foot on the right thigh. And hold here and breathe. And remember, if you're on your front in pigeon, you can use your cushions to support you to prop under your thigh, under your seat. And deep breaths. Really nice. So carefully, if you're on your back, uncross your legs. We're going to come into a supported Superbadakanasana. If you're in front pigeon, come into down dog. And then come down onto all fours. And let's get your blanket. So if you have a bolster, wonderful, but most of us don't. So make your blanket into like a sausage. And you're going to sit at the edge of the sausage. So your bum is not on the sausage. And your spine is on the sausage. And I'm going to get a cushion for my head because it's nice. Do a cushion on your head. And then the soles of your feet together. Now here, it can be nice to pop cushions underneath your knees or your thighs if you like. Your palms are open, or if you feel more inclined to have your palms facing down, that's also fine. And come into your breath. And so you may notice in this posture, because of the bolster under your chest, under your back, that's really supportive for those deep breaths. So where we started with Crocodile Pose, where you have a physical interaction with the floor that really allows you to notice your breath. Here we have a posture that really directly influences our ability to breathe deeply by lifting the chest and supporting. And so notice the feeling of the breath, and the effect on the breath of the posture. Following your breath all the way down to the base on the inhale, and then that rebound up on the exhale. Just do 2 more breaths here. Last one. So now put your hands either side of your thighs and bring your legs together. And come up sitting. So again, the bolster is right behind you, blankets, and let both of your knees go to the right. Very nice. And then I want you to turn and face your bolster and come lying down onto your bolster. So your knees are to the right, and then your chest falls down. Now, if it's comfortable, you could turn your head to the right. So it's going to be going in the opposite direction to your knees. If that feels like too much, or just like it's not just comfortable enough, then let your head turn to the left. That's fine too. And here, try to get, if you can, your stomach, your onto the bolster, onto your mat blankets. And breathe here. Relax your shoulders. And tune into your breath. So notice how the breath feels in this pose. Down on the inhale, and then that rebound up on the exhale. That lift of the pelvic floor. Just 2 more breaths here. Stay really present and deep breaths. And then very carefully, if your head was turned to the right, turn your head to the left. And then really slowly coming all the way up. Really nice. And we'll go to the other side. So take your time, no rush. So now both of your knees go to the left. And then hands either side of your bolster. And try to lie onto your bolster. And you'll get more comfortable as you stay down. So take your time, especially because we were just twisted in one direction. You can take the body a couple of breaths to realign. And if it's comfortable, you can turn your head to the left. Or if you prefer, then stay facing to the right. And here, drop into your breath. And feel the effect of the pose on your breath. And let's do one more deep breath here. Turn your head to the right if it was facing the left. Stay really present and then combine all the way up. Really nice. So we're going to put our legs up the wall. And there's many different variations of this. The one we're going to do tonight is the waterfall one. So where our hips are on the blanket. So there's a version where your bum is flat on the ground. But what I want here is your legs are up the wall and your hips are also lifted. So it's called a waterfall pose. So there's your legs and then your hips and then your chest. So all elevated. Then your chest is on the floor. So if you've tight hamstrings, then don't be too close to the wall, right? So the legs do not have to be all the way pressing against the wall. And so your hips are lifted. And again, if you've any discomfort, bend the knees. Key here is to be comfortable. So a fantastic restorative pose, right? Because you're reversing flow and you're drawing all this wonderful pranic energy from the lower centers to the heart and to the higher centers of the brain. And so as you lie here, breathing, sense that whole frontal lobe area relaxing. Have that trust in the science that this is super amazing for you. And have this sense of just absorbing the benefits. Continue with your inhaling down the spine to the base and exhaling up. And notice the effect on your breath of the pose. And just observe in your own body what you notice. Relax your jaw, relax your temples, your eyes, your forehead. Stay present. We're just going to have a few more breaths here. So incredible for your mind, for your brain to stay focused. So training your brain, training your mind. And we all know the mind is an incredible servant, so powerful, affects everything in our lives. We also know it's a terrible master. Again, affects everything in our lives if a fragmented, frazzled mind has got the reins. Okay, very carefully bend your knees. And we're going to come into Shavasana. So move nice and slowly, right? No rush at all. And I want you to make yourself as comfortable as you can in Shavasana. So cushions under your legs, under your head, blankets, something to cover your eyes is always wonderful. It's very calming for the nervous system. I'm going to stay seated and guide us. And have a connection to your breath as you settle yourself into a really comfortable position. So don't lose that thread of awareness that you've been cultivating. It can be nice to have a blanket all the way on the floor if you have a carpet, something so that your body has a soft cushioning. It sends a beautiful message to your whole nervous system to relax. Even if you wanted to lie on your bed, you could. That would be fine. Whatever feels good. And allow yourself here to completely relax. Your eyes are closed. And feel a softening through all the little muscles within the eye socket. A softening of all the muscles on the face. Softening down through the jaw. And all the muscles in the jaw. Softening down through the chest. All the way through the arms. All the way down through the torso and the legs. Allowing your whole body to relax here. And just take a moment to sense all the work you've done, gently enlivening that pranic energy within you, all around you. Have a sense of it. And so lying here, allow yourself to drop into a state of relaxation with just the slightest trace of awareness. So much more relaxed in your awareness than we have been up to now. And with each breath, as you exhale, allow yourself to drop just a little bit deeper. And so I'm going to bring your attention to different parts of your body and just very gently allow your attention to float to each place I call. And it's a soft awareness. So totally relaxed, your whole body softening. And relax your forehead, your jaw, your throat, top of the sternum, your right chest, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of your right thumb, your right index finger, tip of the middle finger, tip of your right ring finger, and your little finger. Relax your right wrist, elbow, your right shoulder, chest, center of the sternum, left chest, left shoulder. Relax your left elbow, left wrist, tip of your left thumb, index finger, tip of the middle finger, tip of your ring finger, and tip of the left little finger. Relax your left wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest, center of the sternum. Relax your whole abdominal cavity, whole belly area. Relax the pelvic floor, your right hip, right knee, right ankle. Tip of the big right toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, and relax tip of the little toe, your right ankle, right knee, right hip, and back of the pelvis. Relax your left hip, left knee, left ankle, tip of the big toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, little toe.
Relax the ankle, the knee, the hip, back of the pelvis. Your whole body relaxed. Back of the navel, back of your heart, your throat, your third eye. And relax from the crown of your head all the way down through your body. Let yourself get really spacious. So this relaxing with just a trace of awareness. If you're falling asleep, you can stay here. If you wish to continue to relax here, please do so. Or if you want to, draw your knees into your chest, gently hugging them in. Take your time. When you're ready to roll on to your right side, if you're coming up, just ignore my instructions if you're going to stay lying. And so lying on your right side, just drop in, have that sense of being able to access the you within you, that deeper aspect of you. And carefully coming up to sit. And may your light shine so bright that the path ahead is clearly shown. May all the obstacles be removed. And may you continue to uplift and elevate all those you come in contact with. As you continue on this path of deepening your understanding of yourself at the deepest level, cutting through those veils to really access your inner light. And perhaps we flow through this life with just a little bit more grace, more patience, more equanimity, and perhaps being more of a beacon of light to those around us. And so thank you so much for taking the time this evening to drop in and access that inner wisdom, that deep knowing. Namaste. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening.